Hello everyone and welcome back to our continued playthrough of Dragon Warrior II for the Nintendo Entertainment System. In this video, we're going to pick up the Shield of Erdrick and start to fight around a little to get up some levels. They call that the grind in Dragon Warrior series. So here we are back at Hamlin Village. I've been using this as my de facto save point. So, be honest with everyone, back when I was doing these videos previously, I completely forgot to go and pick up the Shield of Erdrick, which is located in Cannock Castle, back on the original continent that we started out the game, where the prince is from. So we're going to go backtrack now and pick that up. I don't know what I was thinking. I just completely forgot about it. Didn't realize you could get it so early in the game once you get the keys. So we're going to go ahead and backtrack to Cannock Castle now. And as you see, we just got to get in our ship, go north, and then east through the river that separates the two continents, and then we can hop out right there. So the Shield of Edric is the strongest shield for the hero. I have not bought him any newer shields other than the leather shield, which is obviously not much of a help. So we're just going to fight off the usual guys. Just a little backtrack since it's been a little bit since I posted a video while I was on vacation. We are at level 15, 13, and 9, respectively. I have gotten the Fire Crest, the Sun Crest, and the Moon Crest, Sun Crest, and Water Crest. I need to get the Fire Crest, which is in the lighthouse, which I am not strong enough to beat. As you watched in my previous video, I got killed very quickly. So, we are just going to get out on this continent and go pick up the Shield of Erdrick. I still can't believe that I forgot about this shield. It's funny, but it happens, you know. I mean, it's been a long time since I played this game, and I do not use any kind of walkthroughs, spoilers, cheats, or anything like that when I play these games, so I'm just kind of doing it. And here we are. So as you can see, all we needed to open this was the golden key, and we just opened the door and the shield is accessible to us. Could have gotten this many times ago, but that's okay. So we searched and there's the Shield of Edric. So let's go ahead and equip it to me. I've got to transfer it to myself, right? Which means I'm probably holding too much stuff. So let's go ahead and trade that to Gwen and transfer this to the hero. So now that we've acquired the shield, we'll go ahead and equip it. And we'll see our defense power will go up from 69 all the way up to 85. So I've only really got one Edric item left to obtain, and that is the Armor of Edric. But I cannot get that yet, as that is located in the Cave to Roan. So we're just going to go ahead and sell some things here for good measure, just to keep me from bogging down my inventory too much. Let's see what else we got here. Broadsword I don't need anymore. I've just been hanging on to this stuff since the beginning, basically. I don't need to keep it anymore. So as you can see, I've got the helmet, sword, and shield. All I need is the armor, which, as I stated, we cannot get until we get to the Cave to Roan, which I will get on the way later on. Clothes hiding, I think we can... I think the clothes hiding the prince can actually wear. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong on that. We're just reorganizing my stuff here. You have to do this periodically. If you don't, you'll never be able, you'll run out of inventory, and then that becomes a pain when later on when you need to keep like the Eye of Rubus, the Eye of Malroth, stuff like that. So as you can see, we've gotten a little bit of a better inventory here. Now some of you may know that I have not yet gotten the Prince of Cannock any real armor or anything yet. I know where the best weapon and armor to get for him is. They are in the towns of Baran and Toon in the south. But they are, and Welgarth has some good stuff for him too, but they are very expensive. So basically right now my goal is to save up as much money as I can to get those items for him. But I'm not going to delay the game to do those things, because I can keep him alive through other various means. So we've basically sorted through our inventory here, just for good measure. Again, levels 15, 13, and 19. So really, to get through the lighthouse, I should be at more like levels, I don't know, 18, 16, and 12, probably, because it's a little bit hard there. And even if I did run my way through, I still have to fight the gremlins. So we're just going to go ahead and, for good measure, just fight around for a while to get up some levels here. So, the best spot to do that in the world is, there's a couple different places. On the island south of Middenhall, where the fight for the Moon Crest is a good spot to fight. We'll head over that way first, because a lot of times you can run into metal slimes and metal babbles there. So we'll go ahead and do that, and I'll just, show you guys what I basically do as an example. Obviously I won't bore you with hours and hours of just endless fighting, because, that gets boring. So if everybody remembers, where we're basically at in this game right now is, the main goal is to do two things. One is that we need to collect all the crests, and two, we need to basically get up levels and get better weapons and armor. So the hero, obviously I'm on track for all I need is the armor. For the princess, she's basically got the best she's going to get. She's got the armor, she's got the weapon I found in Middenhall Castle. So it's just basically focusing on the hero, the Prince of Canuck, to get him what he needs. And which we'll do. We'll get him those things. And in time, we'll get those things. It takes time to do that. We need to get a lot of money spent, but it's money well spent, because it makes it infinitely easier to keep him alive. Now, I've seen people play through this entire game where they don't focus on the prince, but I feel when you don't do that, you need to spend more magic points to keep him alive, especially towards the end. Now, you'll note that in some iterations of the game, the players who play it, when they fight Hargon and Malroth, just let the prince die, and they focus their attack strength with the princess and the hero, and then they beat the game fairly quickly. I don't like that approach, because then if one mistake, you can't heal, and that's doesn't always work out so well. So we're just gonna do it the way I like to do it, where I like to level up everybody, get their weapons and armors to the max, and it makes things that much easier, especially with the long walk through the Cave of Roan and around Roan to Hargon's castle. So as you can see, we're just fighting off these guys as usual. They're getting pretty easy at this point. I try not to run from anything, because we obviously with the main goal of leveling up. So we're just going to go ahead and wipe all these guys out. I'm the only one who's awake, but that's okay. So the best way to level up in this game, obviously, is just grind. You find a spot where the enemies are harder than you can beat easily, because you get more experience, you get more gold. The other option is to find metal slimes, metal babbles, and you beat them. They give you infinitely more experience. Now, Dragon Warrior 3, Dragon Warrior 4 really introduced the higher experience levels for metal babbles, metal slimes. In this game, it's not so good. So, I still like to use them, but you have to weigh whether or not it's worth wandering around looking for them, because they're hard to find, and when you do find them, they run, and you don't get a lot in return. Now, if I was to get 10,000 experience from one, sure, I'm going to spend all my time looking for these guys. But in this game, it's questionable whether or not it's worth the time, because as you'll see, the time I expel looking for one, I could go off to harder places and fight more, such as around Toon, which, as you remember from the previous videos, and getting the water flying clothes, the enemies around there are really hard. But I'm going to give it a shot and we'll see how it goes. So if we head south here to Osterfair, we fight around here. There again is the Shrine of Rubus. If we fight around Osterfair, that's a pretty good spot to require metal slimes and to have those kind of fights, but we'll see how well it goes. So we're just going to go ahead and fight this guy off here, and he's dead. And we'll keep heading south. I think getting the fire crest is one of the hardest ones to get, just because the size of the lighthouse and the maze that it is. I don't even, be honest, remember the way through it. I'll probably have to make mistakes again because I didn't get very far the first time. But we'll see what happens when I get to that point. I'm sure I'll get through it once I get a little stronger. I remember with the old, you follow the old man who ends up leading you into a trap. He tells you you're looking for the crest or something like that, and you end up fighting with him. I think he's one of the gremlins or something along those lines. So as you can see, these guys are a little bit harder than we're used to. These are the same guys who attack us on the way to Toon before. But again, they don't give that much. So it's a balance thing. So I'll wander around here. I'm just going to go inside real quick for good measure. Probably just stay at the inn or something. See what else they got here, if anything useful, which probably not really. So we'll check out the weapons and armor shop. So Tally can take the magic armor, which is good for him, because as you will see, his defense will go from 37 up to 50, which for him is considerable, because he gets beat pretty hard. And I don't think there's anything else at this point. I try to balance what I buy for the prince, because again, I can not buy him anything and save up the money needed to get him the strongest stuff in the game, which I'll get later on. But at the same time, getting him at least the magic armor is good enough for now. So let's go ahead and just for good measure here, we'll visit our trusty inn, if I turn the right way. Yeah, you know, I don't think I need to. I forgot I don't even have enough gold. So we're just going to go head outside now. And here we back are. So you basically just need to wander around. And obviously, you know that to get attacked. And this is what we call the grind, which is where you just endlessly fight to get up levels. And everybody has differing opinions on where to go. There's on the way to Toon. So right now here, I'm going to hang out for a little bit just because I know that I can beat these guys. And I can run the chance of running into some metal slimes. So as you can see, the Hawkmen hit pretty hard. If I had gone to Toon, I have to take the ship all the way there. And if I get in one of those real hard fights, I could be dead before I know it. And then I basically did all of it for nothing. Anytime you find a gremlin's tail, always just sell it. They're cursed. They don't do anything for you. So you get those, you can sell them for money. And that's all I ever do with them. Always be wary of what you equip in this game, because if it's something weird, like a gremlin's tail or anything like that, they're usually cursed. And they don't do anything for you. Then you have to go pay to have the curse removed. And that character is usually useless. So we'll just fight off this guy again. As you can see, one guy, the Horks are pretty easy. If you get a bunch of them, they can be a challenge, because if they gang up on you, they can kill the prince or the princess before you're even ready. So Hawkmen's are pretty easy. Again, these guys hit pretty hard, but by themselves they're okay. They do stop spell, which makes Gwen basically all she can do is attack now. But that's okay too, I mean. So as you can see, Gwen got a level. up, so that's good. So as you can see, Gwen really has the Staff of Thunder and the Water Flying Clothes. That's good for her. Those two things alone will keep her alive. Here are our metal slimes. Now, again, you're going to see I'm going to try my best here. This is all luck. So metal slimes will run, or they'll attack you. If they attack you, they're not going to run that turn. And there's not to say they won't run the next turn. So you need to kill them as quick as possible. But they always will miss. So it's hard to kill a metal slime because their defense is very high. Now, as you can see, this guy hasn't run. And we'll know he won't run because he attacked us. So as you can see, we beat one. You get 230 experience from killing one slime. That's pretty good. If you can kill 8 of them, you would get almost 2,000 experience. But doing that is insanely difficult. And they'll always will run. In Dragon Warrior 3 and 4, you can cast sleep on some of them. That will put them to sleep. There was that trick in Dragon Warrior 3, I think it was. If you were to cast stop spell on them, they would no longer run. That does not work in this game. In this game, really, the only thing to do is just luck and fighting them. And strong attacks. If you get that heroic attack where you get the noise and it takes like 80 hit points off of one, that's an instant kill for one. But that is, again, pure luck. So as you can see, I've been fighting around for a little bit just to show you an example of what to do. I'm thinking I may move on from this place and go fight over by Toon just to level up a little bit faster, so I could take on that lighthouse and get the fire crest. So I won't bore you guys with that grind. Unless you wanted to, you can leave a comment in the video if you'd like to see that grind. I will certainly record it. But for now, we'll probably go ahead and head back to maybe I'll go to Middenhall. We'll see here. And stay at the inn, save, and then prepare for the harder fighting. We'll just beat up this Hork real quick. I'm going to try and see if I can get another metal slime here just to show up. Again, it's all luck. This is a medium area for metal slimes. You can, in the cave to Roan, you run into a lot of them, especially on like the 2nd and 3rd floor. But right now, obviously, we can't go in there. Even if I could, I would be killed so quickly. Because the enemies get really strong in there. Until I learn like Bomblet and stuff like that, we don't even attempt the cave. Because you'll be killed so quickly, it's not even worth the time. So we'll just, again, that hawks are good because they give a lot of treasure chests, which in turn you can just sell. For whatever they give you, you sell. As you can see, you got another, oh, I got gold on that one, so good. So as you can see, I went from no gold to 485 pretty quick. So getting to like 40,000 gold, 50,000 gold is not hard in this game. Especially when you're at the point when the hero has all his weapons and armor, short of the armor of Edric. The princess has her strongest weapon and strongest armor. The only thing you really need to focus and spend money on at this point is equipment for the prince, which is what I intend on doing before I get to the Cave of Roan. Or if when I get to that point, I'm not strong enough to get through the Cave of Roan, I might still go in and just fight a little bit to get obviously that kind of gold and experience, especially so I can up the prince's level. That's my big thing, is the prince needs to be made stronger in terms of defense and offensive abilities. So I don't have to obviously rely on magic to keep healing him all the time. So we're going to go ahead and stay at the inn, and we'll save here. We can use this as our middle area because it's not far from the lighthouse, and I can fight around here for some metal slimes. But I think I'm going to go over to Toon. But even if I cast Return, it will now bring me back here because I saved here. So that's it for this video. In our next video, I should be ready to conquer the lighthouse and get the fire crest. Thank you, everyone. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see everyone soon.